When you speak, dreams and reality collide. Your word rewrites my destiny. My life.
I want to introduce a very good friend of mine that is also here to share a little direction and guidance and understanding. A great guy, loved the youth. He's the oldest son of the great Sugar Ray Leonard Jr. And I am very, very proud to call him my friend. Without any further ado, Ray Leonard Jr.
Good afternoon. Thank you. You guys are all beautiful. Think yourself kings and queens. You're kings and queens of your own domain, of yourself. So think about that when you wake up in the morning. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am a king, I am a queen. Right? Believe it. So, James so eloquently said, my name is Ray Leonard Jr. My father's Sugar Ray Leonard. Anybody know who the boxer is? I'm just going to remind you, he's not just known for a Dance with the Stars. But he was a pretty good fighter. I'll show you a little bit in a second. But what I want to talk about is what defines you. Like James talked about in the past, I was a habitual stove toucher back in the day. Yes, it took me a long time to learn. I'm 41 years old now, and it took me until probably, I think, 2009 to find out what defined me. I had successes along the way. I was a really good athlete in high school. I was a sports agent. I had a pretty successful company. Made a lot of money, lost a lot of money. Dealt with some celebrities, dated some celebrities. Had a whole bunch of things going on in my life that were kind of up and down, with things I thought defined me. But I had to find the true meaning of who I am and why I was put on this earth. So, I know we're running a little long here, so let me do a little Cliff Notes version of myself. I was born in Palmer Park, Maryland. Nice song. Yeah, I was born in Palmer Park, Maryland, back in 1973. James talked about the path. We were born to, I guess you say call it the ghetto. It was 14 of us in a 2-bedroom house. My mother was 16, my father was 17. It's before all the accolades happened from him going to, he didn't go to the Olympics till he was 20 years old. So for 3 years, we basically were on welfare and kind of, actually it was longer than that, but for 3 years, I had to live outside with my father. Even though my father lived down the street, for my mother to get public assistance, she had to say that she didn't know where he was. And so, because she didn't want to have the same story of a brother not taking care of his kids, she couldn't say anything because if it came out when he was going to the Olympics, it would have been a big story. So it kept it cool. There was one article that came out in the paper that talked about it, but it didn't know where he was, even though he wasn't around for a good portion of my life. So what defines you? Let me show you a little video real quick about where my father came from, to kind of rehash your thinking about who he was. And then I'll show you a quick video about me, and we'll talk about what defines you.
Let's get ready to rumble!
So you can tell I didn't get in a whole lot of trouble at home. This would be a problem. So when he started making money after he won the Olympics, my father was a 6-time world champion, Olympic gold medalist, one of the first athletes to make over $100 million. My thinking when I was growing up is, I have to get out of that shadow. I have to do better than him. It's almost impossible. You know, that's my thinking, that I have to reach that goal to be somebody. It was a big burden weighing on me as I was growing up. But me being an independent person, that was my goal. That was my goal, and that was what was defining me as I was growing up. I had to be a better athlete. I had to be a better singer, which I am. I had to be faster, stronger, better looking, which I am. And all those things. And that's what I thought defined me for a long, long time. So, growing up, everyone called me Little Ray or Sugar Ray's son. And that irritated me to no end, that I was always continuously compared to that. Even though I was going towards my goal of having my own definition of who I am, it was something that bothered me the whole time, because I knew I had my own path, my own destiny. One more thing that defined me. I gotta show you this real quick before I get into it. And it's very embarrassing, but I'll show it. Okay, so when I was a Sugar Ray Leonard kid, I was a 7-Up kid for a long time. And I didn't mind that because I would get paid for it for a long time until the check stopped coming in. Then I had to change my perspective of being defined as a 7-Up kid and Sugar Ray's kid. Then my father started making money, then I was as the rich kid, right? So all these things that I had going on inside my head that I thought was going to define me. And I said, I have to change this path. I have to change my thinking of what actually defines me and not be defined by my father or that situation. So I became a pretty good athlete in high school. I was all-met in football, all-met in track and field. I ran the high hurdles. You wouldn't know that how tall I am. But I was pretty good. I was one of the top guys in the Maryland, D.C., Virginia area. I ended up getting a scholarship to Ohio University. I was the first person in my family from either side to ever go to college. My grandparents, my parents before them, cousins, aunts, uncles, I was the first one. So that was one differentiator, that I was going to actually get an education. Even though I wasn't a great student in school, I did enough at that point in time to get to where I needed to be. And although I'm not proud of that, when I got to college, I said, look, I'm going to make a change. And I'm going to be the first person in my family to graduate. So I had little goals set along the way. I said, these things are going to define me. Now, I'm a businessman, I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a coach. Those are the things that define me now. My life defines me now. The things I do in the community. The kids I work with, and their paths, and helping them to get to where they need to be. That's what defines me. There were some trials and tribulations when I got to school. I thought I was going to be a professional athlete, as many kids that get scholarships do or go on, thought they'd be a professional football player. That didn't work out. I ended up following kind of the same path as my father. I had a kid when I was a sophomore. Now, I left school several times, came back, tried to play football, left again, had a music career for a short period of time. I had a video on BET, y'all probably YouTube, and all my group was called The Rebels, you can look it up. back in the day. It was actually a record then. It wasn't a CD or anything. It was an old school record, but it's on there. Yeah, but I came back, but my goal was to finish. So it took me 5 years, but I actually finished school. After school, I started my sports management company and had about 22 athletes on my roster. Did really well. Ended up selling the company. At about 26 years old, I had a whole bunch of money. And I was out in the club, tiptoeing in my Jordans. Doing all the wrong things. Doing all the wrong things. I thought that defined me, that I had, okay, I achieved a little bit of success myself, so that's what defined me. So now I have the money, I got the big house, I did this on my own, blah, blah, blah. That's where I'm going. And this is like, oh, this is what it should be. Then all of a sudden, life and God brings you back to earth. I ended up losing everything, hanging with the wrong people, as the pastor talked about. Like, you have this kingdom over here, and you can stay here, and you can help yourself and get the knowledge of people that you know are in good people, or you can go over here and follow the pigs. And that's what I was doing. I almost lost my family. You know, the money was the thing, so I knew I'd always get that back. But family and who I was, losing myself, that was the biggest thing to me. Yeah, there's more brothers in jail than there are in college. That's a sad state. But that doesn't have to define us. We can define our past. We have options. We have people that care. So you can change your path. So no matter where you come from, you can change your path. Because every day you get up, you got an option to do the right thing or do the wrong thing. It took me a long time to figure it out. But I finally rebuilt, recommitted to my family, recommitted to myself, and figured out what's going to define me in the future. Not let my legacy be defined by the actions that I was doing and partying out in the club, or having to be defined by my father or somebody else. I chose my path. Picked up the pieces. Now I'm happy to be here with you guys, sharing my story, and hopefully, you'll be inspired by some of the things I said or some of the things that you see me do, because it's not just my words, it's my actions. And if you look at me, I'm in the community. I'm out speaking all across the world, and I just enjoy being an inspiration. And I thank you for your time. And I hope it was something that inspired you and gave you a little bit more.